Here's a biggie. How do you start a podcast for free? A complete guide. This is probably going to be one of the most important episodes for you to get grounded and launch your podcast from here. We're going to go over microphones. We're going to go over editing equipment. We're going to go over intros and outros and everything you could possibly need to get your podcast up and running. Strap in because we're going to give you the crash course on podcasting from equipment. You're going to realize what equipment you need and possibly get started immediately. We'll talk about hosting to get your podcast out into the world. And finally, when it comes to promotions, if you want to get this done for free, you're probably going to be doing it yourself. Here are a few tips and tricks to make some noise out there to get people to start to listen to your podcast. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Nic Natarella with AdWise Creative. If you're starting a podcast, you're going to need a few pieces of equipment. Just a few. Hopefully, you can get started for free in just a matter of seconds. First of all, you do have the option of using your smartphone. Smartphone audio is probably not the best. I would maybe make that my second choice, but hopefully you may have a microphone built into your computer. You might even have a webcam sitting on top of your computer, and it has a microphone built into it. In fact, the webcam mics tend to be a little bit better. Now, please, don't try to hold me to specs. This is a relative term, okay? The microphones and the webcams are a little bit better. Even though it may be a 1080p or an HD webcam, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the perfect microphone for recording, high quality audio. It'll be good. Don't get me wrong. It'll be good, probably better than your smartphone. And then, of course, their last option would be to purchase a microphone. There's a really great deal over at sweetwater.com. Do this. Go over to sweetwater.com. In their little search bar, type podcast bundles. Voila! You are going to have so many things to choose from, all the way from a single microphone and a stand and ready to record for less than $100, all the way up to a 4-person setup with stands and microphones and windscreens and cable and all that kind of stuff. You'll have everything you need for a 4-person round-robin podcast for about either $3,200 or $3,500 and everything in between. You've got some low price, some medium price, and some high price. And then, of course, like I said, if you have a webcam or maybe even the microphone on your computer, you got a no price. Feel free to start there just to cut your teeth. You're going to get better at this, and certain things are going to jump out at you. Some things are going to come very naturally, and some things you're probably going to have to work on. It's the work on things. If you can put the time and effort into it, it'll make it so much better when you do get some new gear and put it in place. Once you've got everything recorded, then it comes down to editing. Editing you can start for free right off the bat with a program called Audacity. Now that's strictly an audio program. There's another program that I would say you might want to try, and that would be DaVinci Resolve. Now, DaVinci Resolve really is a video editing program, and working just with audio, you have to do some little finagling behind the scenes to make it work properly, but it does work. Whereas Audacity, it's pretty much plug and play. Audacity is free. It's an open source program. They're constantly adding stuff to it and improving on certain things. It is a fully functional multi-track editor, very simple to use, and it does come with a few bells and whistles that even DaVinci Resolve doesn't. So give it a try. Either one would be a great place to start. Might even give the slight nod to DaVinci Resolve if you decide to actually record in video. That's a whole nother argument in and of itself. I strongly recommend starting in video, recording everything in video, and then you can just mix down your audio for your podcast. So either way, it works, and both programs are free. This is just a quick superficial view. If you really want to do a deep dive into something, put a comment below. Tell me what you're looking for. Are you looking for editing techniques? Are you looking for a deep dive into a compressor? I mean, what is it that you want to hear about your podcast that you want to work on? Put it in the comments below. We'll work on another video for you. Now, once everything's done and edited, you have to upload it somewhere to your podcast host. Now, that's not necessarily where people are going to be finding your podcast and listening to it, like Spotify or Apple. No, that's not where you upload it. you upload it to your podcast host. Think of it like a website. Website, you get hosting, like at HostGator or Bluehost, right? Same thing with podcasts. Your actual sound files, your data that's going to be played back, goes first to a podcast host where it's stored on their servers. They have the ability to connect to Spotify or Apple or all the other playback locations. You have to just connect the dots. You have to set that connection up. For example, I know Apple, you have to go to Apple, set up your account there and say, oh, by the way, you're going to be getting a podcast from wherever your host is. As soon as you make that connection, that's it, you're done. You do it once, and every new episode automatically gets updated to Apple or Spotify or wherever you've done that connection. And it does it every time you add a new episode to your host. Does that make sense? Good. The final step to any type of podcasting is promoting it, letting people know you're out there. Right now, you have an incredible topic, but nobody knows about you. So then you need to start telling them about you. It's kind of funny because now after you've done all this audio work, there's graphics work. And the best place to do that for free is at Canva. Start at Canva. They have tons of templates already set up for, say, YouTube thumbnails and Instagram and Facebook and you name it. Wherever you want to start promoting it, they will probably have a template for you. You change some of the information on there, maybe the episode number, the title. If you have a guest on there or something like that, download it, you're done. You can upload it to wherever you want to and use it to promote your latest episode. One other thing that you can use, which is really kind of catchy, especially for audio only. With audio, it's very rare to have pictures, right? Doesn't do you any good while they're listening, but it is really good to have to catch attention. And one place that I really like, and they have some really slick things, it's called Headliner, headliner.app. A-P-P, headliner.app. You give them segments, little snippets of your podcast, a key phrase or a quick interview or something like that that lasts maybe 30 seconds or so. And they have this graphic where the sound waves are jumping and you can change the name and episode and podcast name and all that kind of good stuff. But it's that flashy graphics that's moving and stuff like that that'll catch attention, especially if you're using it on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, something like that to drive listeners to the podcast. Canva and headliner.app, two really great places to start your promotions. Now, one other thing you can do internally is to connect with your audience. That takes a slightly different mindset. I hear podcasts all the time, and they shoot themselves in the foot in the first two words. Literally the first two words. Hey, everybody! That's not how you want it to go. I have a free download for you called Engaging Your Audience, the 3 Secrets to Skyrocket Your Podcast Success. Click down below in the description. You'll see the link down there. Click on it, get yourself a free copy, and start to change that mindset and really connect with your audience and just draw them into your podcast. Get your copy right now. I'm Nic Natarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.